Hey everybody, in this video I'm going to show you all how I make these freestanding lace earrings with the option for a pendant that you can hang on a necklace. Stay tuned. Okay, so for this one, it's going to start off a little bit different as far as the way I set the design up, because I do need to pull in multiple images into one hoop. So I'm starting off with Sew It Pro, and the first thing I'm going to do to get the initial image in, I'm going to go up here to this little folder and I'm going to click open, and I need to go through and find my design. And so I know it's saved in here somewhere. I have In the Hoop earrings as a folder, and these are the lace leaf earrings. And I bought this file from a shop on Etsy. I honestly do not remember the name, but I know that it was based out of Russia, because I had never bought a design from anybody outside of the States except for Creative Kiwi. But this shop was out of Russia. And so anyways, it was a cute design and I liked it. So I don't want to do auto recovery. I did click on the first image that I wanted to bring in, and this is the pendant. And I'm going to scoot this over because the pendant is the largest piece. And now I'm going to go in and I'm going to do a merge to get the earrings. So to merge, you go to the file button up here, click file, click the merge button. It will open up to the last folder that you were in. And I want to find the next size that I need, which is a little bit smaller than the actual pendant. And then I'm going to click open, and that merges it into that hoop. This is the 4x4 hoop setup. So I want to rotate this just a little bit to make sure I have room for the next earring, because we need two. And now I'm going to do the process again. I'm going to go back up to the file button. I'm going to click merge. I'm going to go find that same image, same size, and I'm going to click open, and it's going to bring it in again. And I'm just going to move it and reposition it to a positioning that I like. And let's see here. I think all of that will stitch out just fine, and it won't bump the edges for sure. I'm going to scoot that over just a little bit more, simply because I do have space. But okay, so now I'm going to just go to file, click save as, and I'm going to save my design to my flash drive, and I will meet you at the machine. Now, one thing I did forget to mention, if you want to make all of this just one stitch out so that you don't have three individual stops, since they are all the same color, you can change this so that you only have one stitch out. What you'll do, you'll go up here to edit, click join threads. This box will pop up, and I'm going to join all threads of the same color, and then click OK. And so now I only have one color change instead of having three separate color changes when it's all going to be the same color. And also, if you wanted to merge all of the colors, if they were different colors, say for instance, this was a different color blue, you can always go back and change it to make all three colors the same. And then that would also allow you to just have one stop, not having to do so many thread changes. But that's just if you want everything to be one color thread. Okay. Alrighty. Now for this project, I'm not going to need a whole lot of items. If I do end up having to use something extra, I'll add it in the supply list. But you will need a water-soluble stabilizer. This is not the Solvay. This is a product called, I think it's pronounced Vilene, Vilene, I think it is. but I got it from All Stitch, and it is a very heavy water soluble stabilizer. So I'm going to be using this to put in the hoop. And because this is a freestanding lace item, I don't need anything other than the thread and the stabilizer. Now I'm going to double this because I want to make sure that all the stitching doesn't wear through. And it won't matter at the end because it is going to be all rinsed off. And I do apologize. This 4x4 hoop is filthy. I honestly don't remember the last time I used it, but I am going to have to soak and clean this thing because that is not a good look. But I need to get these earrings stitched, so I'm going to go ahead and get this done today. Now, one other thing about freestanding lace you want to do, because your bobbin thread is going to show, it's going to be part of your design. So thread your bobbin thread with the same color thread that you're going to be stitching with, okay? Most of the smaller home machines have like a bobbin winder up at the top. So if you're somebody that normally buys pre-wound bobbins, if you have a smaller machine, like my machines all have bobbin winders on top. And when I get to the machine, I'll show you what they are, where they are. I can't show you how to use it right now because I've already threaded this up, but this is the same color thread on both sides. So now I have my hoop, my stabilizer hooped. I've got my bobbin ready. I've got my thread ready. That's going to be on the top. And I'm going to go to the machine now for real and get this project stitched out. Okay, so I'm at the machine now. And just so I don't forget, this is the bobbin winder part up here. So that's what I was talking about, where I said that you'll need to use a bobbin winder or something. And don't worry about that bag over there. That's some towels that I got to get shipped off to a lady, but they're done. So it's not trash. That's what my point was. But anyways, I am going to just start stitching this. I have my 4x4 hoop on the Innovis VE2200, which is also called the Dreammaker XE. Now, side note, the 4x4 hoop did not come with this machine. This machine, when I bought it, I believe it only came with the 7x12 and the, or is it 7x11? But it only came with that hoop and the 5x7 hoop. The 4x4 hoop and the other hoops that I have that I use with this machine, I bought those as separate pieces. What do you call them? Aftermarket hoops. And I bought those on All Stitch as well. I get a lot of things from All Stitch. But anyways, I just wanted you to know that I did not, this hoop does not come with this machine, but it is available aftermarket and it works. So anyways, I've got the design all loaded. It's going to take about, it says 37 minutes. So give or take a few, it's 19,000 stitches. So that's going to be, yeah, it's going to take a little over half an hour for that to all stitch out. I am only running my machine at 600. That's all I've ever run this machine at. And I don't know why. I don't know if it goes faster or not. I've never actually played with the speeds. It's at 600. That's where I stitch it at. So I'm going to lower the pressure foot. It's going to turn on the green light. And I'm just going to let this start stitching. Now, it'll take a little time to stitch out, so I'm not going to just, record and talk while it's stitching, but I'll let it stitch out and I'll check back in with you, okay? Alrighty, so 19,524 stitches later, this is what we have. So the next step, where we normally would just, cut our designs away from the stabilizer or tear it away, I'm going to cut out the bulk from around it, but then I'm going to rinse the rest of the pieces with water so that that water soluble stabilizer can get rinsed out, and that will show me how well this design is put together and if it will unravel or not. But I'm going to rinse it and then I'll be back. Okay, so now this is fairly dry. I'm gonna let it sit a little longer before I put it in any bags or anything, but I'm gonna show you what I do to put these together. I've got some jump rings here. These are 6 millimeters. These are 8 millimeters. And these are just some stainless steel fish hook wires. And honestly, I don't know where I got all of these from. It's a combination of Walmart, Hobby Lobby, Amazon, eBay. Years ago, I thought I was gonna make and sell jewelry. And so I have all these jewelry supplies that I never used. There are also some needle nose pliers that I'm going to be using. And so to put the earrings on the jump rings, first, I'm not sure if this 6 millimeter is going to be big enough or not for that hoop. So I'm going to twist, not turn. I mean, don't pull it apart, twist it. And I'm just going to slide this in here to see if that will fit. That'll work fine. And so I'm going to just use 6 millimeter jump rings, and I'm going to use 2 for each earring. I'm going to twist that back close. I'm not done with it yet, but I do want to make sure this is as even as possible as far as twist it back into the proper place. And sometimes it does kind of pull apart, but just don't go too far back with your pliers and end up cutting your wire. So I've got that on there. And now I'm going to open up the second jump ring that will go into the fish hook. I'm going to do the same thing. If I could get it steady in my hands, I'm going to pull it apart just enough so that, which is the front? That's the front, so I want the fish hook facing that way. Oh goodness, what am I doing here? I've got to be, for my own sake, I need to look at this from a certain angle. Okay, and now I'm going to close it back up because that's the front of the earring and that's the part that you want facing people most of the time. And then just twist it back close. And you have your earring on your hook. Okay, so that's that one. And I need to get 2 more of the 6 millimeters and not the 8. And it's basically just doing the same thing again. So I'll come back when this is all done. For this is supposed to be the pendant that's going to go on a necklace. I'm not going to use this. I do have a chain that I really don't like, but I honestly don't think I would ever wear this. So I'm not even going to bother trying to find a chain to put that on. But, you know, this design comes with a bigger Well, this would look good as a big earring too. I might make another one of these this size and make that an earring, and then I'll just have two sets of earrings in two different sizes. But anyways, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put this other earring together and I'll show you how it looks when it's done. Okay, so I have these earrings all put together, and this is how they look. Try to get close. And it has two jump rings on it, and then the fishtail earring hook, and I did that for both of them. That's the front, and that's the back. So it does look a little different on the back because I guess the way she designed them, or whoever designed them, they designed it so that, you know, it is nice looking on the front. And I guess it would be kind of hard to have a nice design on the back, but you always use the same thread that you're going to be using for the main design on the bobbin so that, you know, it looks good with freestanding lace, because you're not going to have anything covering that up. So considering this is made in the embroidery machine, I think that this looks good. And of course I decided not to use the pendant part, but it didn't stitch out all that great. That might have been an issue I had as far as me winding the bobbin myself with the embroidery thread, because the rest of it stitched out good. But I think I will end up stitching another one to match this, so I'll have two big ones and I'll just make them bigger earrings. For the jump rings, I ended up using these 6mm jump rings, and you can find these at Hobby Lobby, Walmart, Amazon. I don't know where I found mine at because I get them from wherever. At one time, like I said earlier, I had plans on making jewelry, but I kind of get sidetracked with my crafts, and so this stuff just kind of sat to the side. And the same as the fishtail earring hooks, you can find those at Hobby Lobby or wherever. And there are different types of hooks. If you don't want to deal with jump rings, there are some hooks that are like this. They're I think they're called balls or something. I forgot what they're called, but you don't even need to deal with the jump rings because you would just literally hoop your earring over it, and then you can fold that back a little bit to make sure that it doesn't come off, but it just hoops over, and you don't have to worry about dealing with the jump ring if it's too difficult for you to open the jump rings with the needle nose pliers. Now, I do realize earlier in the video when I was opening up the jump rings, I said that I needed to pull them open. You don't pull jump rings open. You want to twist so that they don't lose their spacing, and that way when you twist them back closed, they'll be lined up and not pulled out and weakened, because pulling them back and forth would weaken it even more, and it'll have it off track. So I actually do twist and not pull. So I just wanted to clarify that, because I do realize that I was saying pull them open, but you're really gonna twist them open. So that is it for these earrings today. I have the name of the shop where I got these from on the supply list segment of this video, so you could go and see what the name of the shop is that I found these. And she has some other cute earrings on there as well, and the thread is a variegated thread, so that it has a bunch of different, not a bunch, it has like 3 shades of color in one. There's the black, the gray, and either really light gray, almost white in there, so that you do have it's like a design within the design. I'm not sure how to describe that, but it's variegated. You have multiple colors, and the colors just kind of go in and out, which I think makes these earrings look really nice versus just using a solid colored thread. So I will do these again. I have a couple of different color variegated threads, and you can find these threads at any place that you buy your embroidery thread at, for the most part, except I do not believe, like places like Walmart, I've never found variegated thread at Walmart. You might find that yours does carry it, but this particular thread came from Thread Art, and they're smaller threads, they're smaller spools, but they last a long time. I don't use a lot of variegated threads for any of my projects. but this is what the company name looks like, Thread Art, and they sell different machine embroidery threads and things. So check them out if you're looking for some variegated thread and you don't want to go out looking for any. And remember, I always tell people where I get things from. I am not sponsored in any way whatsoever. I just feel like, why not let somebody know where you got your items from, if in case they want them, you know? So I hope that that video was helpful for you. It wasn't a whole lot of work to get these done. The biggest thing was waiting for them to stitch out and then dry, and after you rinse them off. But I think they came out pretty well. If you make these, tell me, show me, you know, how yours look. Tag me or something. I don't know. I am on Instagram and other social media sites. I don't really post a whole lot because I forget about it. But tag me or something. I don't know. Let me know if you make these. Or if you find some cuter designs, let me know as well, because I think these are cute. So thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.